On. What's up, everyone? We are back with the episode 3, but I'll call it 2.0 to the North American Sports Podcast.
We had quite a bit of a
hiatus.
Yeah.
Things happened, but we're back. Justin and I are on video, and Leo decided that he was going to be sick and is not on video. So, here we are.
Hey.
Off to a great start, guys.
What are we talking about? Okay, we're talking about MLB first. Okay?
Yes, we are.
Let's talk about this big contract. Michael, since I know you know most about MLB, you want to start us off with that deal? You think Trout is worth it?
Oh, he's 100% worth it.
Awesome. Okay, next topic. Sorry, go on.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I think that if there's one player that is worth this kind of money, it's Mike Trout. Obviously, he's the best baseball player I've ever seen in my lifetime. He'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt. But yeah, there was a lot of rumors that when Harper signed his 13-year deal with the Phillies, that because Trout is from Philadelphia, he's an Eagles fan. He was born there, and there's a lot of people immediately thought, Trout to Philadelphia in a couple years, and even Bryce Harper was open about it. He said, "Yeah, I'm going to try to recruit Trout to Philly." And a couple weeks later, the Angels forked over a heck of a lot of money for him. So I mean, it was Trout or Harper. He got the largest contract in major sports history. That lasted about 2 weeks, and then Harper signs Trout signs, and now it's all right. But yeah, first $400 million contract ever, and if there's one guy that's going to get it, it's absolutely going to be Mike Trout. Although last few years of his deal might be a little bit rough for the Angels, but that's kind of how baseball contracts work, especially ones that are long term that are like this.
Yeah. How old is Trout again?
I believe he's 26. I want to say.
I was going to say 26 sounds right to me.
Yeah, no, I think he's about 26.
Okay, so he'll be 38.
Yeah, which I mean, he's making probably close to 30. I'm not sure what the average value is, but it's fairly.
27.
Oh, 27. Okay, so yeah, he'll be 39 when his contract's over, that's a little rough, but it's kind of the price you have to pay for a guy like him.
Yeah, so it looks like it'd be about $35 million a year.
Yeah. That's a heck of a lot, especially in the last few years of his contract. But the Angels aren't really in a spot right now where they're contending, and so they need to do whatever they can to make sure they keep Mike Trout.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know. I guess preseason starting up here right away.
Yeah.
Or I guess it's on its way.
Yeah, well, it's spring training is like, I believe the Dodgers have about 2 spring training games left, and then the opening day is Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so opening day is pretty quick. Who do you think? Make your predictions, Michael. You're the head four, MLB expert out of us three. So, who's leading charge here?
I think that you can't. In terms of the best team in Major League Baseball, you don't have to look far. Just look at the World Series champs, man. I think the Red Sox are, as of now, they're the team to beat. I don't really see a team that's, close to them, honestly.
What about the Giants in this?
The Giants are god awful.
I thought they were in the World Series 2 years in a row or something like
that. They won 2 World Series in 3 years.
Yeah.
But that was a few years ago. They're awful now. They're pretty bad.
Bad now? They just lose all their players? Is that what's going on here?
They got older. They had some injury issues last year. They lost a few players, but I just think that as they get older, as players get older, as players leave, obviously, they didn't do a great job of, making sure that their talent level was up to what it was, and now I believe last year they were I believe they were 4th in the NL West. out of 5 teams. So yeah, they weren't very good last year.
Oh, okay. So, anything else you guys want to add into here? I guess without there being much news other than those big contracts.
Yeah.
I find it funny. I can't remember every team, but Mike Trout, is that Mike Trout? Yeah. His contract is the worth of his full contract is worth more than 8 net worth.
Yep.
Sorry, how am I trying to word this?
They're worth more than like not 8 teams combined, but like 8 separate NHL teams. His contract is worth more than each of those teams.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I don't like it might be an unpopular opinion, but like I just don't see somebody worth that much money.
Mm.
I understand he's the best, but
right.
I mean, probably also arguably best in 10.
I mean,
or 9. So I mean, and yeah, I mean, $430 million. That's a lot of money.
But you gotta think of it like you gotta think of it in the way as like when Trout's on the field, he's what makes the game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Kind of like what McDavid is. Like when the Oilers signed the McDavid to like 12 point every million a year because the cap can only allow that much.
Yeah.
I get it. If the cap allowed them to sign him to $35 million a year, they'd probably have.
I mean, they'd have to.
They'd have to because I mean, like Jesus over here is like, you know, it's like the same idea. Like Trout comes into a game and he is the game changer.
Yeah.
So I guess that brings up the question. I know it's kind of a random question, but like,
why do the Asians suck?
Why? Why is there no cap?
The Jesus of baseball.
Yeah, he's like Trout's kind of the Jesus of baseball. Except McDavid's not the best player in hockey, but that's a different debate.
Let's not get crazy.
I mean, so should there be a cap?
No.
Then?
No.
Yes.
I don't believe there should be a cap in baseball only because there's so much money in baseball that it may end up I believe there's a minimum amount of money you have to spend, but I think that for a lot of teams that cap might be at a number where they may not want to go to that number. Honestly, baseball is different in a lot of ways, and I just think that having no salary cap is part of it. So that's always been, but I just think it's a different sport, and I just think that's one of the things where they just, you know, they have. There is, I guess, in a way, a cap where they have like a luxury tax threshold. So if they go over a certain amount of money, they do have to pay a luxury tax. Mm-hmm. But there's not like a hard cap that you can't.
Well, yeah, it's not like in hockey where the guy doesn't get to play.
Right.
Where but I don't know if you remember, but it wasn't very long ago where the NHL didn't have a salary cap.
Right.
And I still don't think it was to that point where they were paying people like $30-40 million a year.
There's also just less money in hockey. I mean, it would seem. I mean,
there is, yeah. There is less money in hockey. So,
the big thing is that a lot of the major baseball teams, like the Yankees and Dodgers, they have their own TV deals worth billions.
Yeah.
Like I remember when the Dodgers signed their deal with Time Warner. I mean, even today, like I think 70 or 40% of the people of Dodger fans aren't even able to watch the team because you have to have Time Warner cable. Oh, and a lot of people have DirecTV over here, or other networks, and people are furious with the Dodgers because of this. And I agree. I think that that Time Warner should offer or Spectrum now, but I think they should have have to offer like other TV networks to give customers a chance to buy that channel. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's just a shame to me that, you know, not most, but a good amount of Dodger fans aren't able to watch their team.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how they make money, right? So
Yeah, I guess.
That's what it's all about.
Unfortunately, the grim reality of any sports thing, like it's even like I don't know, like it's probably around the same thing. Like when you do your Rogers NHL package or whatever, where you can only like the worst part about it is like if you get it and your favorite team is in your region, you can't watch them like for any of their home games.
Right, because it's blacked out.
Out of 82 games, 40 you can't watch because they're in your region and you have to buy the cable subscription to them.
Yep.
And it's like, well, like thank God my team is like across the country and in states.
Yeah.
But like I live by the Oilers, like my closest team is the Oilers, and if I would have grown up like the rest of my family cheering for the Oilers, that package would have been useless.
God.
Like, what's the point in paying $100 or $200 a month for your cable subscription if you can't even watch the team you want?
All I can say is thank God you're not an Oilers fan.
Well, and the thing is,
kind of is, but I mean,
you
just don't buy their gear.
Right.
You want us to Edmonton, but you don't want us. You don't want them to win at the same time.
I mean, you can always just watch it on cable.
I mean, if you want to buy cable.
Yeah, that's it's like you want to pay the subscription to pay whatever, and then buy cable to watch whatever team you play. It's kind of like the same thing. Like if for some reason the New York Giants decided that they only wanted to broadcast their on Fox or something like that, but nobody watches Fox for some reason.
Right.
Yeah. And all of a sudden now you have to buy Fox in order, like, it's just, to me, that's just a scam.
Yeah.
But that they get away with it because they're a big franchise, and I mean, if they're dedicated enough, they'll do anything. So.
Right.
But okay, sorry, are we continuing on this, or?
I'm gonna switch up if you want. I mean,
we kind of just got into how the government is controlling us. Yeah, by the way, this podcast is not about sports, it's about conspiracy theories.
Yeah. You got me.
But maybe we should move on to like NFL.
Alright, we can do that.
Some of the trades with Odell Beckham Jr. and Antonio Brown.
Well,
your team, you said your team was buying people up, so.
Oh yeah, buddy.
So.
Yeah, no, the Antonio Brown trade happened a few weeks ago, and it was at night, and I remember just getting the notification, and it seemed like for a while he was going to go to San Francisco, and then they just weren't interested, and then it really did seem like the Raiders were going to pick him up, and all of a sudden get a notification, boom, Antonio Brown to the Raiders. And, I was curious because the Steelers won a first-round pick for him, and I was kind of curious what they were going to get. Man, did they get hosed. Good Lord. A third and a fifth-round pick for one of the best receivers in football. Now, I don't want him on my football team, but if the Packers would have offered a third or fifth-round pick, and I'm not going to say I wouldn't have been a little excited because to have a guy like that on your team is great, but he was so drama-laden that I didn't want him on my team. Okay, if the Packers got him for a 6th or 7th round pick, I'd say, okay, that's good job, guys. But, yeah, and, he seems very excited to play on the Raiders. There's a video of him with Derek Carr and the Raiders quarterback, but I don't know. He'll definitely be a great weapon for them, but he's just one of those guys that causes a lot of drama. But
that's just kind of how it goes. Like I know I've seen enough about him in the tabloids and stuff that I wouldn't want him anywhere near my team because
no.
He can't.
No, yeah.
But like you said, like if it's the talent, you need the talent. Like
Yeah.
You're gonna have to put up with one or the other. Like I think you just have a humble guy, but if he wants to be number one, and that's just the only option, I guess.
Yeah.
Oakland's the team for him, I guess.
I mean, that's the difference between like the Packers, because the Packers' number one receiver is Devontae Adams, and he's the complete opposite. He's the furthest thing from a drama queen. He works his ass off, and he went from a guy who a few years ago was about to get cut by the team. He there was a possibility of him getting cut, and he worked his rear end off. And the biggest thing with Devontae was he was dropping a lot of passes, and he worked on it. And he has one of the quickest first steps in football, and he's worked his way up to being a number one receiver. And last year, and I was able to pick up his jersey a few months ago because he's been unreal. And the Packers have been really rough these past 2 seasons, but he has been a bright spot for them, no doubt.
Awesome. Justin, you got anything you want to add into that, or
no? Not really, no.
No, fair enough. Who do we want to hit on next?
What do you got for us?
Well, I got NHL, or we can go PGA, or we can go good old tennis.
PGA and tennis, man.
Don't forget curling.
No, don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget that good old Bonspiel.
Can't forget the Westminster Dog Show.
Yeah. Okay, well, so chill it is. We're going to the chill.
What about cricket?
That's not North American, you know it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Blasphemy! Get out of here.
Blasphemy.
All right, so we got the chill. Talk about some fun stuff.
The chill.
Kucherov hitting 120 points, first time since 06-07. Crosby. What do we think? We think he's the next big Wayne Gretzky, or is this the one time?
I think. Obviously, it's great for him personally, and obviously Tampa Bay is like a pretty big force.
They're all right.
Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah. They're not leading any team by 20 points. But.
Yeah, they might like tie the NHL record for most points.
Listen, man, they're no Anaheim Ducks. See, they don't have a negative 54 in terms of goal differential.
Yeah, they don't have like 3 or 7 game losing streaks in a row. But
yeah, they're no Anaheim.
But
that's true.
Like, it's a big deal. Like, I don't know. Personally, I think it's just he's having a real good year. They got a real good team. But I think next year he might hit 100 points. Probably won't do as well. But, 100 points is nothing to, oh, my God, only 100 points.
Yeah. I feel like it doesn't really matter I feel like Tampa Bay is the kind of team where, like, even if you look throughout the season when they're like, wow, you guys have 50 wins, like, how does that feel? And, people like Victor Hedman will sit there and say, like, well...
It's great, that's not our goal.
Yeah, they'll say, like, well, we didn't win the cup yet, so, So, to me, 120-plus points is great, but I'm sure Kucherov is just, like, he's probably saying, like, I don't really care how many points I get, I just want a cup. So...
Yeah, that's why, to me, the President's Trophy is kind of a worthless trophy, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, it's great. It's kind of like just bragging rights.
When was the last time a President's Cup trophy winner didn't win? Actually won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of winning right now for for a third round exit, but
or first round.
What's that?
Or first round exit, you never know.
Yeah, we're a first round. God, if they got a first round exit, oh my God, that'd be the biggest upset I've ever seen.
Flyers in 5.
Flyers. Yeah. Flyers in 4, boys, are sweeping them.
I don't think Carter Hart's that good.
Yes, he
clearly
is.
the rest of my team wouldn't be able to.
Straight to the finals.
Oh God.
So I think it is a good. I think it's good for him to have 120 points. It shows that he's a good player. But it, to me, like, yeah, I don't know. That's all I really had to say about it. Like, he is awesome for Kucherov, but unfortunately,
Dave, nothing if you don't win a cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's my opinion on it. I mean, like for example, like last year the Dodgers, they 2 years in a row they won the NLCS. They were the NL champs. Those last 2 years were a complete failure.
Yeah.
They were. I mean, they and I see a lot of Dodger fans saying, "Oh, it was a successful season, this and that." Well, my opinion, did they win the World Series? Okay. And the season was a bust. Sorry. And
Yeah.
I mean, there are certain teams that, like the Browns last season, they were 6-10 maybe, or I think they were like 6-9-1 maybe. I'm not sure, but that was a very good season for them because they won 0 games last year. But the Dodgers, they're a team that's built to win championships, and they're championship contenders. And if they don't win a World Series, doesn't matter. And right now, that's kind of the same thing with Tampa Bay. Is that they're a team? They're built for now. They're built to win cups now, and they win the President's Trophy. Good for them, but it doesn't really mean a whole lot.
If anything, Washington has showed us that the trophy doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Well, and I think
and as soon as they don't win a President's Trophy, they win.
Yep.
I don't know if this year is gonna. Personally, I think this year might be different. Like, I feel like the President's Trophy winning Tampa Bay Lightning have a good shot. Like, it's not like
it'll all be up to the fact that
the only reason I say that is because it's not like Washington where they just came out of nowhere and just boom, they won a President's Trophy and now the pressure's on them. Like, it's not like
What's that?
Sorry, I didn't hear. I just heard weird noises.
You're good.
But basically, like Washington, like they've never been around where Tampa Bay has been. Like Tampa Bay has been in the first round, second round, third round. They've been to the finals in the last 5 years.
Right.
I think people forget that, Tampa Bay's been there.
Right.
Before, whereas Washington came in, so Tampa Bay, it's not like they're inexperienced in the third round, in the finals.
Right.
So I think, and a lot of those players are still there. So I feel like that gives them an advantage. I feel like Tampa Bay is mature enough that they're not going to let the President's Trophy get to them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Tampa Bay has a good chance.
Yeah, no, Well, I mean, as of now, obviously, they're on a tear. They've been on a tear this whole year.
Yeah, and you look at their stats. Like, it's just crazy. Like Washington never had a season like that.
No.
And like their home record 31-6-2. Their away record 27-7-2.
Unreal.
Like it.
Unreal.
Their goal differential is plus 100.
Oh my!
What the heck is that?
Jesus.
So, I know it's.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I was hearing random noises.
Oh, you're good.
The video was freezing. And
no, you're good.
So
continue your thought.
Continue your thought.
Oh, okay. No, I was just gonna say.
Stop you there now.
We just stop you there before you get ahead of yourself. I don't know. I just can't. I know it's an easy choice to pick Tampa Bay to win the cup, but I really think that they have all the guns.
Yeah.
Because I don't see any team here looking at the East that is going to knock them out.
Right.
The first person they're going to play is Montreal right now, as of right now. And You know what? You laugh, but if Carey Price gets hot, he is one of the best goaltenders in the league.
Hey,
So
Leo,
he is also one of the hottest goaltenders in the league.
yeah,
that's true.
When it comes down to it, I think they've got a sweep on their hands. I think Tampa Bay is going to sweep Montreal.
Hey Leo,
If Price is on his game, he can't be stopping like 4 or 5 quality shots, like unbeatable shots.
Yeah.
But it's Price, like he's done it before.
Price has done it before, but like if you've got Tampa Bay being the defensive core that they are, and then having a hot goaltender like Vasilevsky that's been
but Montreal has Shea Weber, okay? So relax.
Yeah.
Hey Leo, would you like to once again recreate just show our love for Montreal like we did last podcast?
Montreal is blowing this out of proportion. They weren't a good team since like '93.
Yep. Yeah.
You could say you won over any championships that you want. They are not that good anymore. They're just all right. And I really don't like Montreal Canadiens. I don't know why. I just really don't. So I just had a thing for hating that team.
Yeah.
And I hope we get swept by Tampa Bay in the first round.
Okay.
I hope they get swept and lose by an average of 5 goals per game. And I hope Tampa Bay completes the sweep on Montreal's ice.
Yeah, 10 goals, like up 10-0 or something in the first game.
10-0.
First period.
All right, just relax. Sorry.
Okay, well let's get into the playoff picture. I guess I'm gonna spew some matchups here. Want to hear your comments, like who do you think is gonna take it, how many games?
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with the Montreal and Tampa Bay or current.
Tampa Bay in 3.
How they pulled it off, but they didn't need that 4th game. They knew they were winning, so they just had fun.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, fair enough. Tampa Bay in 3.
Are we doing both or just Michaels?
All of us.
All of us. All of us get to say. I'm saying
this isn't my podcast. This is our podcast.
Yeah. Okay. I'm saying Tampa Bay in 4, but
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be like the realistic, biased guy, like freaking.
Stop with your bias.
I'm gonna say Tampa Bay, and I think Montreal can squeak out a win. I was
gonna say
Tampa
anything more than Tampa in 5 is just that's probably just Montreal fans lying to themselves thinking they have a chance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They are pretty delusional as it is, but I don't think they're. But
Okay. The next one is Boston and Montreal.
Ew.
And Toronto.
Toronto in 4.
I'm gonna say
Toronto in 6.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think Toronto has the defense. I'm gonna say Boston in 6.
Please don't. Boston doesn't need Boston doesn't need another good sports team.
Toronto just doesn't have the defensive depth.
They also have Frederik Andersen as their goaltender. That's a problem in itself.
I mean, they can't go in to Boston in a series and expect to win 7-6 and 8-7, and like you can't. Like it's just not going to happen. Tuukka Rask and Halak are too good.
Yeah, no, I would realistically I'd say Toronto in 6, but
yeah,
I'm sticking with my guns. Toronto in 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Washington and Carolina.
Ooh.
I'm going Washington in 5.
Really? 5?
Yeah, I'm doing 5. Carolina's kind of been coming over their own thing, but I think Washington's kind of got that playoff experience now where Carolina doesn't. They're riding a lot of rookies and just decent players that haven't seen the playoffs, and I think once they hit the big times, they're not good. They're going to crumble under the pressure.
Yeah, I might say Carolina or Washington in 6.
Okay. I mean, Washington to me is an easy choice, but I feel like
wash.
I feel like there's going to be an upset somewhere, and I don't know if I want to pick this or the Islanders upset. Like I feel like
I know who my upset pick is going to be.
I'm going to say I think Carolina's going to pull the series closer than everyone thinks. I'm going to say Washington in 7.
All right, that's fair
But
enough.
I do have to be right.
These are all hypothetical, though, right?
Yeah.
This isn't set in stone. Like
No, it's as of now.
Okay. You guys can continue. I just need to be right back.
All right.
Leave the podcast. I see how it is.
Leaving us. He's leaving us, just like in Jurassic Park. He left us.
You leave mid-podcast.
Okay, so one more matchup in the East here. We got Islanders and Pittsburgh.
I would say Pittsburgh in 6. I just think that Pittsburgh has that playoff experience. They've won cups. They've been in the playoffs. They've gone deep, made deep runs. I think the Islanders are a good team. I just don't think it's their time yet.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go one up there. I'm gonna go Pittsburgh in 7.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's just I don't know. I think Pittsburgh will, in the end, beat out the Islanders, but
right.
I think the Islanders will give them a bit of a run.
Yeah, no, they definitely will. I just think that Pittsburgh, they're so experienced that they know how to handle these situations.
Yeah. All right. First team matchup in the West here is Calgary and Colorado.
In Colorado?
Yeah, in Colorado. And Calgary has the home ice advantage.
I'm gonna say Colorado in 7.
Colorado in 7.
That's my upset.
I mean, sorry. I guess it wouldn't be Colorado anymore. Sorry about that.
Well, it would be Arizona.
Oh yeah, yes it would. No, I was sorry. It still is Colorado.
Okay. Yeah. No. I just being a Ducks fan, I know all about Calgary's failures in the playoffs, and part of me is picking this with my heart because I want to see I want to see Calgary get memed on again. But I just think that I haven't seen enough from the Flames to actually trust them in the playoffs. What?
They have won all 3 of them.
What's that?
Out of all the meetings they've had in the year, Calgary has gone 3-0-0.
Not in the playoffs, though.
On the playoffs, I don't know. I'm picking Calgary at 6.
Colorado, Calgary?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you know that if you stuck around once in a while.
I would say...
What's that white stuff under your nose?
He's not in Miami, all right? Relax.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to think. I mean, both inexperienced. I mean, is Calgary having just a one-off season? Like, I don't really know. It's hard to say. Can Riddick be good? Maybe. Sorry, I can't understand. It's like a really weird.
Yeah, you're kind of in and out.
You guys are both frozen.
Yeah.
I don't have video, so I hope I was still frozen.
There you go. Okay, you're back.
So I'd say Calgary in 7.
Okay, we'll do the next matchup here: San Jose and Vegas. Vegas coming off a hot playoff finals next.
Vegas in 6.
I think I'm doing Vegas in 6 as well.
Yeah.
But San Jose's got Carlson, which might give them, but Vegas, I don't know. San Jose just has a choking experience that nobody else can match.
That's incorrect. You've never seen the Ducks play a home game 7.
That's true.
But they're not even making the playoffs this year, so that's not really a worry here.
Yeah.
I think I'd say Vegas. Yeah, I just don't think Martin Jones has been good enough.
Yeah.
He's been inconsistent. His stats aren't great. And I know the playoffs aren't entirely about goaltending, but a lot of it hinges on if your goaltender can bail you out. And I don't think Martin Jones can do that. I'd say Vegas in 5.
I like it. Take that, San Jose fans.
Okay.
I mean, that's nothing against San Jose. It's just.
Oh, I have everything against San Jose.
Okay. Winnipeg and Dallas. Winnipeg has lost 2 games, so Dallas leads the 3 series 2-1-0. So they still have a game here on the 25th, but or was it today? Monday.
You know, if this was last year, I would have said Dallas, just based on Winnipeg's failures in the playoffs. But I think I'd pick Winnipeg in 7.
Yeah, I'm thinking Winnipeg in 6.
Yeah.
Oh, but it depends on if Bishop gets hot, though. Have you seen Bishop's stats lately?
Yeah, but that's like a one-off, man. Have you seen Bishop's stats in the last 2 years?
Fair.
Yeah, I guess.
Like Bishop was good, but he's got his hot streaks. But I mean, every goaltender has once.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't think Dallas. I don't think has the depth either. I mean, their top line with like Ben, Sagan, and Radulov is really good, but then who do they have after that to back them up? So I'd say Winnipeg in 6. I guess.
Yeah.
The last matchup, Predators and St. Louis.
Ugh.
I'm saying St. Louis in 7.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Nashville in 7.
I haven't really. I mean, I haven't seen St. Louis a lot this year, but I was more leaning towards Preds in like 6.
Yeah, it depends too, because Binnington has been a.
You mean Whittington? Has been pretty good.
It's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Oh my god. Man, he's been on fire, man. You want to talk about
Sorry, you guys are freezing again.
Ah, good times.
Are we already going in?
Again, I would hope Leo's frozen, considering he's just the Skype emblem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, let me phrase that. Your voice is cutting in and out.
Oh, he's
Hey.
oot. Are you Canadian? Are you Canadian by any chance?
Did I actually say that?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. God damn it.
Okay, so, hey, finish your predictions.
Yeah.
Nashville. I said St. Louis in 7.
I said
Predators in 6.
what? I already said mine.
You did. Nobody heard you.
That's because you guys never listen to me.
You're right.
Make your prediction.
No one else is listening to either.
You shut up so I can make my prediction. I said Nashville.
Saying that St. Louis won't make the playoffs.
Nashville in 7.
Nashville in 7. Okay, that's pretty ballsy, but all right. All right. Okay. So playoff bracket.
So how about Montreal? Do we all love them?
Nobody loves them. That's the best part. Only people who live in Montreal like Montreal.
Exactly. I've never been to Canada, and I still hate them.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Montreal.
Yeah, you said the last time they won a cup was what, 93?
Yeah.
And before then it was like the 20s.
Yeah.
Well,
When there was like 6 teams.
That's no big deal. Yeah, that was way back when there was like 6 teams.
Yep.
Got a 1 in 6 chance of winning the cup.
I don't know. What else? Did you guys talk about McDavid yet?
Oh yeah, how Edmonton's wasting his career away.
Yeah, so
he third 100-point season. So at some point they gotta realize what he's doing anymore.
Yeah. At what point do you think McDavid asks for an out, or do you think he does?
I think Gary Bettman should step in and say, "Hey, Edmonton, you're wasting away one of the greatest player in the league's career. So he's no longer on your team."
I wouldn't say that, but I'd say I think Edmonton needs a GM that's
competent,
that knows what he's doing.
I mean, I don't want that. I don't want that to happen because I like laughing at Edmonton, but you know.
Yeah, a GM that isn't going to sign Lucic to like $6 million for 6 years
and sign an unproven goaltender to a extension at like $4 million.
4.5.
20 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that really good meme where it's him and his him and his agent, and they're talking about the contract, and Edmonton's GM is saying, "Oh, we'll give you this much money," and
we won 3 years at
yeah,
what is $6 million?
yeah.
He's like $6 million. That's would you take 4?
It's like
Thanks
wait,
per year.
wait. He thinks we mean per year. Take it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
If they get a solid GM in there that knows what they're doing, and I know they just signed Draisaitl to a huge contract, but
Yeah.
they need to offload him. Like,
Yeah.
now. Like, that contract is way too big for what he was.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's a good player, but I mean, I said it when they signed him. They're going to be in cap hell for years now. I mean,
well, that's the thing. It depends on if this year is a write-off or not. Because I mean, he's worth 8.5 this year.
yeah. I just
like
Lucic isn't.
Okay, players lost
freezing and stuff again. So
what's that?
I think we're okay.
Okay, but I don't know. Do you guys have anything else to talk about?
Not really. I mean,
sorry, what did we talk about? Draisaitl? Sorry, you guys froze.
Basically, it depends if he's an out or not.
Yeah.
If it's a bust of a year, might have to look at offloading. I'd really recommend trying to offload Lucic's contract.
I mean, who's gonna take that contract though?
Shirelli, wherever he goes next.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh wait, he can't because there's a no movement clause on Lucic. So
is there actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a no movement clause until 2024.
Shirelli.
Or something like
what?
You're
fired.
Shirelli, what are you doing with?
Okay, like don't get me wrong, Lucic is an okay like third, fourth line player now. He used to be really good.
He's a third or fourth liner making $6 million per year.
Yeah, no movement clause. June 1st, 2021 to June 1st or June 30th, 2022. Modified no trade clause. Submits a list of 8 teams he can be traded to July 1st, 2022 to June 30th, 2023. Modified no trade clause submits a list of 10. So basically, 2021 to 2022, he submits a list of 8 teams, and then the following year he submits a list of 10 teams.
Yikes.
So I was wrong in saying 2024, but I mean, nobody's going to take him.
No.
So 2022, 2023 is the last year of his contract, and then he's a UFA.
Yikes.
Yeah, yikes is right. Ouch. I mean, like I don't know. I mean, like they have some young players, but they're not. I mean, like 24, and you have like Jujar Kara.
Yeah.
And Colby Cave.
Yeah.
You know, like who are those guys? You know what I mean? Like McDavid's 22 and Draisaitl's 23. Those are your youngest players, and then you have nobody surrounding them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
so, but anyways,
they're in a rough spot.
Yeah, that's enough making fun of the Oilers and their not very good team.
Nice save.
All right.
Can we keep crapping on the Canadians real quick?
Well, I mean,
we've kind of ripped on them enough, don't you think?
I
think go on, but don't want to alienate too many people.
Boston just signed Chara to another 1-year contract. I think that's a good move to get him.
Yeah.
Continuing the game. I've always liked Chara.
I've always liked Chara too, but it seems like he's slowing down. He's relying too much on his size.
Yeah.
And not as much on his actual play.
Yeah.
If you watch a few of the games there, he's just kind of if you can beat him by the blue line, like, he's done.
Mm.
There's no recovery. If you hit him, it's done. You won.
Yeah. It's okay. At least we get to see videos of, like, Evander Kane trying to fight Chara.
Yeah. Martin trying to fight Chara and just being not able to hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's okay for like year to year. I think it's something similar to. I mean, he adds that veteran presence.
Yeah,
he's not the greatest player anymore. He's still solid, but he's like that veteran guy who can, help people, like McAvoy. He's 21. Whoever Brandon Carlo is, he's 22. Connor Clifton, 23. Like Krug, So these people who can all be mentored by him, like similar to Marlowe in Toronto and Thornton in San Jose. So, but that's all I have to really say about that. So,
all right. Anything else?
I think that's it for me. I don't know about Leo.
I'm good enough with that. So.
All right. Well, whoever is listening to this podcast, if anyone is, we appreciate you guys, and let us know down in the comments. What you guys want us to talk about, and we were kind of talking about this earlier, but I don't know. Maybe one week instead of doing the podcast, we hop on PlayStation, we play some NHL or any other games, and if you guys can hop in with us. We desperately need a goal. We desperately need a goalie. Someone play goalie for us. Thanks. But yeah, if you guys, if you want to see us, stream some games, we can chat, listen to us rage.
Unless you're a Montreal fan, which you can just ignore this segment.
No, they can play against us, and we'll just beat them and make fun of their team.
Other team, if that's what they really want.
Yeah, and then just make fun of their team.
I don't feel like that's fair to them, but
yeah.
And I guess if you're watching, it'd be appreciated if you subscribe. Like the video.
Just trying to make a business here, so the more money you donate, the better.
Yeah.
Come on, Dollar Shave Club, sponsor me.
Yeah. Venmo me money, please.
Yeah.
Alright, I was gonna give a nice generous plug to why don't you subscribe, and now we've turned it into a very much so profit organization to get us.
Listen.
My dog needs to eat.
I need to eat.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess we'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching. If you are watching,
some reason.
And if you do like it, then subscribe.
Yeah,
tell us what we can do better.
Yeah, we can do a lot of things better.
Yeah, this is basically our first video
in 11 months.
So. And this time we're gonna try and be more consistent. So.
Yep. Yeah, but if you guys want to see us play some games, stream that, hop on Twitch, and we'll do that, and you guys can definitely play with us, and it'll be a great time.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, thanks for watching.
All right. Thank you guys for watching.